What's going on, everybody? Listen, first off, I've received quite a few new subscribers to my channel, and I want to welcome you all. And it's been a while since I have posted a video and posted a live video at that to share my thoughts on what's going on in the market. And what I'm going to do today is talk about where the market is going, and then after that, next week, what I'm going to do is post a video on what you can be doing to survive or stay in the game, because that's the key, right? Once upon a time, everything was said that listings are the name of the game. Now, what the overall motto is, listings are what helps you to stay in the game. If you have listings, you'll always be in business. Now, listen, I want to answer a few questions that I've been getting from both coaching clients and from clients when I'm sitting at a listing consultation, and also past clients and people that I just run into on a daily basis who ask me, where's the market going and what does that mean for the business? Number one, what you need to start doing, all markets are different. There are still some markets that are extremely hot right now. So study your market, okay? Study your market. Always know the numbers of what's going on. Things you need to be looking at are days on market, percent of listing price to sales price, and also how many listings and how many sales there actually are on a given basis, whether that's a week, a month, what have you. I always lean on what's going on in a month, because the way the market has been going, we haven't seen a huge fluctuation week over week on what's going on. But here's what's happening. The main thing that I want to talk about today is how are interest rates impacting real estate? How is it impacting the business? How is it impacting the market? Because interest rates over the last couple of weeks have seen a huge jump, and we've seen some impacts on the market, absolutely, for the buyer activity that's out here. So if you remember, it's not that long ago, just a couple of years, maybe even just last year, buyers were in the market in full force. Interest rates were at an all-time low. Some interest rates were below 2%, right? Or below 3%. They were hitting around 2.7. I've seen some as low as 2.5%, which is absolutely crazy. Now we're seeing it start to creep up to 6%. Sometimes it's above 6%. And of course, that all ebbs and flows based on the strength, the financial strength, creditworthiness of a buyer. But what does that mean for sellers today? Because if you're a listing oriented real estate agent, what you're going to see is that you're going to see less buyer activity on your listing. Does that mean the market is weak? No. I want to give you a strong, resounding no. And I also want sellers to pay attention to this as well. What we're actually seeing is the market start to normalize. This is going to become a normal market. Becoming more balanced, right? So what that means is it's not necessarily a buyer's market. It's not necessarily going to be a seller's market. But as the year goes on, and as you move into next year, what we're going to start to see is a more normal market, which means two, three, maybe four offers is going to be a huge win. But it's highly likely you're going to get that one offer that's going to be the offer that your seller accepts. Now, sellers are going to be afraid of this because we've gotten very comfortable with the way the market has behaved. You put a listing on the market, and within 3-4 hours, you're getting 20, 30, 40 showing requests. Within the first weekend, you're getting tens and maybe 20 offers on a property. That's going to start to slow. You're going to start to see showings trickle in at a lot slower pace. You're going to have to set the expectation with your sellers now that the market is very different. Okay. They're going to believe that this is a decline. Decline is a strong word. It's not a decline. We're starting to level off. Prices aren't necessarily going to drop, not dramatically at least, but we are seeing prices start to fall to what the market actually is. Prices over the last couple of years have been extremely inflated. We've seen people coming to the table with tens and tens of thousands of more money just to bring to the table to closing, and offering well above what a home is worth. That's been recorded in the MLS. So you're going to see that prices have skyrocketed over the last couple of years. Now, what I've seen is a trend of houses are now we're starting to see price reductions happen in the market, and we're starting to see them happen on listings. Why am I so comfortable with this? Because number one, you're not going to have this crazy frenzy over all of your listings. Now it's going to actually take some skill. You're going to start having to develop your marketing skills. How are you exposing your listings to the market? We'll talk more about that later when I post my video next week. But right now, what you need to be focused on is building and continuing to build your listing inventory. Number two, we're going to start seeing more listings come on the market. People are starting to understand that if they feel like they missed the wave, they're still going to need to sell. But a lot of those sellers, let's talk, for example, about downsizers, they are going to now see the lack of competition that's in the market to make it easier for them to find a house that's on the lower end of where they're coming from. So what we saw were a lot of first-time home buyers in the market. That first-time home buyer market was absolutely crazy, and I'm talking about the 200 to maybe 400 price range. That market was absolutely crazy, super competitive. If you had buyers that were looking for listings or looking for homes in that price range, you saw that competition. It took maybe 3 or 4 times for you to submit an offer for that to get accepted. You had to make adjustments, you had to waive inspections, you had to let them know that you're going to have to come in above asking. That may not be the case as the year goes on. What we're going to see is as things start to normalize, buyers are going to be able to get into the home that they want so long as they're approved. Now, because the interest rate is creeping up, it may even get close to 7%. Who knows, right? Who knows what's going to happen with interest rates? However, what we are seeing now, though, is that first-time buyer pool is a lot less. So it's smart to start focusing your energy on the mid-range to upper range markets, to start looking for some of those people that are downsizing their homes, right? Because now you have the opportunity to build your listing inventory and help those sellers find a home in probably the mid to lower end of the market where they want smaller homes. Maybe they want a townhouse, less maintenance. Maybe they want a condo. It all depends. That's why you need to be paying attention to what's selling in your market, what's on the market, and where those sellers can find their opportunities. All right. So as we talk about this a little bit more, it's going to become more and more and more important for you to be working on your business every day, talking to more and more people about selling real estate. What does that mean? You need to be prospecting. All right. If you're prospecting every single day, you're going to stay in business. The point of all this is if you prospect and if you are a listing oriented agent, you really have nothing to worry about. Okay. Because you'll always be in conversation and talking to people that are in the market or interested in selling their home. You may need to adjust the way that you follow up, how often you follow up, and how often you call into your market and understand and talk to the people that want to sell. So as you're marketing your just listed, just sold, you're having conversations about that. Think about how you can reach those people every single time you have a listing and every single time a listing sells or comes on the market. Why? Because that's going to drive the conversation. People are more and more interested now, more curious now about what's going on in the neighborhood because they feel like there's a decline. So if you can be that person, if you can be that real estate agent that comes to them as the professional and as the expert in your area, you will get that business. You'll gain that trust faster than what you might have done in the past. Because before, people were just placing the home on the market, and no matter what, no matter the condition, no matter the location, it was selling. The market was crazy. So here, what's happening in the market? Normalize. Think about it. Normalize. Take decline out of your vocabulary, and even take slowdown out of your vocabulary. Talk about it in terms of normalizing. This is a normal market that we're going to start to see. As interest rates creep up, the buyer demand is going to start to meet the inventory slowly because inventory is still at an all-time low, but slowly it's going to start to catch up. When that does, you need to be on your game on how you go after your sellers. Does that mean you need to be posting on social media? Does that mean you need to be spending thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing? No. Now more than ever, can you reel it in? You can really become a lot more profitable through prospecting and by going about it in an effective and methodical way every single day to get your listings. So what's happening? The moral of the story is this: when a normal market happens, you have more of an opportunity to gain trust with sellers in order to get their homes on the market and be that person that they come to when it's time for them to sell. People may start making decisions a little bit slower because they're unsure of what's going on. You need to make them comfortable and understand that this market is still a good market for a seller, and it's even better, getting better for a buyer because the competition is becoming low. Not ever will I tell you to not work with the buyer. Now, you want to be listing oriented. You want to make sure that you have a stronger ratio of sellers than buyers, because that's going to allow you to leverage your time and leverage those listings to make more money and make more commissions. However, if you're a strong listing agent, you've got a strong presentation, and you're able to relay that message that the market is normalizing and you're allowing those sellers to understand exactly what's going on in your market, you will take market share in your area. Now, whether you're prospecting to expired listings for sale by owners, absentee owners, or simply circle prospecting on a daily basis, you need to be relaying that message. Now we're starting to see expired listings start to come up a little bit more. The reason why those listings are expiring is because they've been so inflated. Now more than ever, the reason why listings are expiring is absolutely because they've been overpriced. And because so many buyers are starting to fall out of the market, those listings or those sellers have now developed some unrealistic expectations and they've sat too long. So now's your opportunity for any expired listing that comes up to explain that to those sellers, explain it to them professionally, gain their trust, get their home back on the market, and get it sold at a price that's closer to what the market actually is. They have to understand that they're not dropping their they're not dropping their price, they're not losing money. They're selling their property for what the market really is asking for. All right? Because at the end of the day, a home is worth what a buyer is willing to pay. So, what's going on in the market? The market is going this way. The market is going to normal. It's going to balanced. It's not going to be a buyer's market. It's not going to be a seller's market. It's going to be a normal, balanced market. And in that market, you need to understand what it is that you need to do in order to get a listing sold and how to procure a listing in the first place. And in order to do that, you need to be up on your scripts. You need to be practicing your scripts. And you need to be prospecting, whether you're at the door or on the phone, direct selling to these people that are interested in getting their home sold. Now, if this was helpful, do me a favor. Click down below, give me a like, comment down below what you think. And if you're interested in getting a 30-minute free consultation on how you can start to have more conversations with more sellers, go ahead and click on that link in the description and schedule that 30-minute call with me so we can get you on track so that you can stay in the game. The key is staying in the game. And the way that you stay in the game is by having listings. Continue to focus, become obsessed with growing your personal listing inventory. If you do that, you will stay in business, you will stay in the game, and you will make more money. All right. Appreciate you all for watching. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers that have come on over the last month. I know I have not posted a video in quite some time, but next week what we're going to go over are some actual tactics that you can use to stay in the game. What do you need to be doing right now in order to remain in business, in order to get those listings, in order to increase your listing inventory, in order to have those conversations with sellers? Once again, this is Blake Wallace. I'm a real estate agent, real estate broker out of the Twin Cities here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Click that link below if you want a 30-minute consultation. And do me a favor, leave me a comment, click that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more content, more videos. Trust me, you don't want to miss these. This is going to be game changing. And I don't want any real estate agent who has come in the business over this last couple of years to all of a sudden decide to quit because it just got a little bit hard. It is going to be a little bit hard. Prospecting is hard, However, it's the fastest way that you can get from $0 to all the dollars, okay? And I mean all the dollars, literally. There are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days. But get on that call with me. Let's talk about what you can be doing and what you can be saying to connect with sellers quickly, gain their trust, and help them to understand where the market is going and what's the best decision for them. Appreciate you.